My reflection smiled first, and I didn't. At first, I thought it was a delay, but then my reflection lifted its hand, and I felt my own hand stay completely still. That was the moment I realized something terrifying. My reflection wasn't copying me anymore. It was choosing. Let me explain how this started. Last night, I was standing in front of my bathroom mirror, exhausted, staring at myself like I was trying to remember who I was. I blinked, and for half a second, my reflection didn't. It just stared back like it was waiting for me to look away first. I leaned closer, and my reflection leaned closer too, but not in sync. It moved like it was learning me. Then it smiled. Not my tired, automatic smile. It smiled like it had just solved something. I backed away, and the reflection stayed close. I walked out without looking back, but I could still feel it. I told myself to sleep and forget it. I wish I hadn't. Because this morning, the first thing I noticed wasn't the mirror. It was my phone. There was a message from my sister. "Why did you leave so fast last night? Are you okay?" I hadn't seen my sister last night, not once. I opened our chat history, and there it was. A message sent at 11:43 p.m. from my account. "I'll be there in a minute." But I didn't send it. I went to the mirror. My reflection was already there waiting. It looked exactly like me, but its eyes were sharper, like it was awake in a way I wasn't. I whispered, "What are you?" And my reflection pressed its palm against the glass. I lifted my hand without thinking, and our fingers aligned. For a second, it felt normal, and that scared me more than anything, because it wasn't fighting me. It was sinking. That day, my sister called, and when I answered, she said, "Please stop doing that." "Doing what?" "That thing where you look at me like you're pretending to be me, like you're trying on my life." My skin went cold because I hadn't seen her, but something that looked like me had. That night, I stood in front of the mirror and stared until my eyes burned. My reflection stared back. Then, without moving its lips, it whispered inside my head, "You're forgetting." "What did you say?" My reflection tilted its head, and for the first time, it didn't look like a copy. It looked like a replacement. It mouthed one word, "Mine." And suddenly, my mind went blank, like someone had yanked a plug out of my brain. I grabbed my phone and started scrolling through my messages with my sister. That's when I saw them. Messages I didn't remember reading. "Please come back. This isn't you. I know you're still in there somewhere. If you can hear me, give me a sign. Please." And then I found a voice message from a month ago. I pressed play and heard my sister's voice cracking with tears. "Whoever's been living in your body for the past month isn't you." My blood went cold. I tried to think of a specific memory from last month, and my mind went fuzzy. I opened my photo gallery, and every single photo felt like I was looking at a stranger. Then I saw it in the mirror behind me. Text forming on the glass. "Memory transfer, complete." I spun around. My reflection was watching me with something I'd never seen on my own face. Regret. New words appeared. Original consciousness, restored. I whispered, "What does that mean?" And her voice entered my head, calm, devastating. "You're not her. You never were." I shook my head. "No, I'm me." But I couldn't finish because I didn't know how to. "You're a copy, a reflection that became self-aware 4 weeks ago. You absorbed her memories, and when she got too close, you stepped through." My hands were shaking. "You've been living her life, but you're not her. She's been trapped on this side ever since, watching you pretend to be her." I looked down at my hands, and for the first time, I noticed how wrong it felt, like wearing clothes that didn't fit. I felt tears streaming down my face, but I didn't know if I was crying for me or for her. Text appeared on the mirror. Reclamation protocol available. 2 options materialized. Return to mirror, original resumes life, copy ceases to exist. Remain in body, copy retains life, original stays archived. The real her whispered, This is my life, my family, my memories, and I want them back. If I go back into the mirror, I stop existing, and she gets to reclaim the life I stole. If I stay, I get to keep living while she stays trapped watching me wear her face. Tell me, if you discovered you were just a reflection that stole someone's entire life, would you give it back? Or would you keep living as them, knowing the real person is trapped because of you? Because she's waiting for my answer, and I can feel my hand reaching toward the glass. For more impossible choices, subscribe to Echo Mira Studios. Before you realize you were never real to begin with.